there you go, guys. You're probably only gonna get the time lapse of this one because these are pretty finicky to pot up, and I have to concentrate a little bit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it either way. Initially I wanted to leave the old papa in the pot it came in, but I think I'm gonna change that one too. So I have it in the soil mix that I'm used to working with, and then I'm also gonna be able to do a bit of commentary and explain what I'm doing and what I'm using. So yeah, here it is. Take a good look at it. Very, very nice plant. Can't say anything different, but that's a super nice crest. All right. I'm gonna take this one. We're gonna take the old papa. So usually when I'm doing repotting, I like to squeeze the sides of the pot just a tiny bit. That makes it easier to slide it out. Now you can see this one has a really, really healthy root system. No sign of root mealies or anything. Now don't think of the white specks as root mealies, because that's just perlite. So yeah, very, very healthy root system, but it's not quite root bound. But if we were about to leave that a year or 2 years longer, then we would probably have issues to getting that out after that. So probably a good thing that we're gonna do it now. Now, I don't think that the toothbrush is gonna be enough, so for that we're gonna have to use other tools. Now this is just a regular bonsai rake that I got from a little set I bought quite some time ago. And we're gonna start by gently loosening up the soil on the places where you can get in easily. That's usually from the top and from the bottom, but since this one has already a huge root system on the bottom, we're gonna start by the top. So once that's done, we're gonna choose a pot. This one probably be fine on the way the roots are looking, because they're really spread out. This one would be maybe a bit small. So I'm probably gonna go with this one. This one seems a good fit. Gives the roots plenty of space to develop, and we don't have to repot immediately in a year. So we're gonna go with a slightly bigger pot. Alright. Just gonna take this goes off. There we go. So, usually my soil mixture is composed of a bunch of different stuff. So here's what I talked about earlier. This is my sifted cactus soil. Just a nice, fluffy, airy mix. Then we have one of my main mineral mixes. This is a mixture of horticultural sand, some pumice in there, some expanded clay, and some zeolite. Not quite sure how to call that in English, but these are the little blue rocks that you see in there. Those are mainly there for retaining a bit of moisture in the mineral mix. This is a special mineral mix I bought at a cactus nursery, and it has worked fairly well for me over the years, so I'm gonna stick to using it. Now, another main component, fairly big component, is something that probably you all know. It's just regular washed pumice in a small to medium grain size. I like this stuff because it gives the roots a lot of air and space to spread out. Also, you could even use straight pumice for Lophophoras. I've seen it done. I've seen growers use it with great results, but I like to mix some other components in my soil mixture, so yeah, but still pumice a really big part of it. Last but not least, also something I like to use, but also if it's in really small quantities. That is just lava rock, also as the pumice in a small to medium sized grain. Yeah. And these are also the components I'm going to be using to pot up this Lophophora graft on Trichoceras. And yeah, so let's get to mixing up our components. So for Trichoceras I like to use a bit more organic stuff than for the Lophophoras. I think I'm gonna do like a third. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm gonna put that in there. Next up, I'm gonna use the special mineral mix. Now this one we're gonna put a little bit, about a little bit more than 1/3 of that. That should be fine. So we're gonna pour that in there as well. Next up, we've got our pumice. So take a little bit this one, but still having another bag over here. There we go. Pour that in there as well. And then we're just gonna use few bits of lava to throw in there. There we go. So Now all that's left to do is alright, that should be fine. So we're gonna start by pouring just a bit to give us a base in our pot. Gonna use this one to add some more later on. There we go. So now always comes the fun part. So it's about placing and looking at which height you want your plant to sit. So I'm thinking this should be fine, so we're just gonna hold that in place and we're gonna add some soil mixture around the plant. Now we wanna distribute that some more, then give it a little tap. Now I got some questions why I'm tapping my pots when I'm repotting or unpotting or uppotting a plant. That's just to help the soil sit down in the pot and also around the roots. Because what you don't want are air pockets around the roots. That might not be a problem, but it could be very well a problem down along the line. So that's why I like to give my pots some taps, just to have that set down. It also helps securing the plant in the pot as long as it's not fully established in the new pot. Alright, that looks already pretty good. So we're just gonna take the last of our soil that we mixed up and we're gonna put it around like so. Just distribute it a bit along the sides, turn it around, give it a couple of good taps on the butt, like this. Alright, and that's pretty much it already. Now you could leave this already like this. You wouldn't have probably to add another layer, but I always like to give my potted plants a layer of my mineral mix because I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit more. I'm not quite happy with the height it's sitting at. There we go, that should be fine. So not sure if this will be enough, but we still have another bag too. And there we go. So basically, in a nutshell, that's how I do all my repottings of plants, or also if I receive any new plants. Yeah. Alright, so probably explained this already, but for the sake of the video I'm gonna do it again. So as a medium for these kind of plants, I use a very small percentage of fine sifted cactus soil, nursery bought or hardstore bought, wherever you can find it, but I sifted this one to take out the big chunks of wood and all the coir and all this kind of nasty stuff that you don't want to have in your medium for your Lophophorus. Put this in here. Next up, we have a mineral mix which consists of horticultural sand, expanded clay, a bit of zeolite, also lava in there. And I bought this one from a specialized cactus nursery. So this is also gonna be like a third of my mixture. Go just like that. And there you go. Then we have just plain and simple washed pumice, small to medium grain, nothing too big, but that stuff is gold. If you can find it to use with these kind of plants, also everything that's Areocarpus or similar desert plants, you could also do straight pumice as a soil mixture. That would work perfectly fine as well. So pumice, that's gonna be the biggest part of our soil mix, with nearly half. Just like this. And last but not least, I always like to give a few handfuls of lava as well in there for water storage purposes, and also to give a lot of aeration and a lot of pretty much aeration for the soil mix, so it can breathe and doesn't suffocate the roots. It's gonna be fairly slow filling this up, since it tends to be really dusty. Should have done this outside, but oh well. Alright. There you go. The lava. Gonna put that in there as well. Then of course what you wanna do, give that a good mix. Alright, so mixed up, it should look something like this. As you can see, that's a nice, gritty, not too organic mixture of soil. This doesn't clump up over time as well, so it gives the roots enough freedom and space to actually do what they like to do. So now comes the tricky part. Take your plant and you check with the height of the soil you got currently in there to see if you want it a bit higher or not. In my case, I think it's a bit too low, so we're gonna add a bit more. Alright, so for top dressing, there are a lot of people that like to use akadama, or even pumice would work as well. I like to use the mineral mix that I use with my soil. Alright, there you have it. That's one nice looking plant. Unfortunately, since we're creeping slowly but surely towards winter, I doubt that I will get a flower from this plant for this season, but if not, it's probably gonna flower next season. If it's gonna maintain the blue color, we're gonna make some nice crosses with this one. Really excited to see what I'm able to do with the other plants that I'm able to cross this one with. So yeah.